Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to thank you for your continued support to our channel. Ladies and gentlemen, selling William Ruto in Mount Kenya is like trying to sell some pieces of pork in a mosque. And that is exactly the task that Kithure Kindiki and his team has been given. It is one of the most daunting tasks that one can ever be given. It is like coaching one of the most prestigious clubs in Europe with the money. You've been given money. You've been told identify any player that you want and we will bring it home. And you can't win a single trophy. Kithure Kindiki has been traversing the mountain. They have something called empowerment, and they're now meeting people, town hall meetings. There's a lot of money that is circulating there. Now, Kithure Kindiki, Ichungwa, and his team are now in top gear, running around selling William Ruto, selling his projects. But it is not very easy because those meetings are full of anti-Ruto protest songs. Ruto must go, one term. If it is not that, those leaders who are speaking must be very careful because you slip a little and it is all heckling and you're booed and you're being humiliated. Now, one thing that you must understand about these crowds, these are not organic crowds. These are crowds that have been paid. Those are not my words, but those are confessions from people who attend those meetings. You are given money to go and attend those meetings just to show that the hall or the tents are full because they want to show that Kithure Kindiki is also somehow a force to reckon with. And they want Kithure Kindiki to match Rigathi Gachagua, something that has failed, and deep down their heart they know that it cannot work. And as I told you, you must be very careful when you are addressing the crowd. Despite the fact that you have given them money, if you say anything to the effect that Ruto is good, or you try to malign Rigathi Gachagua, then that is it. The noise starts. This is exactly what Ichungwa met. Ichungwa started well. He was speaking in his Kikuyu vernacular language, and you could see that people were resonating well. They were getting him. The point was home. But at some point, he slipped, and the crowd never spared him. They heckled him. Ichungwa put a brave face. His boss, the appointed deputy president, Kithure Kindiki, could not do anything but to stand still, watch and stare at the crowd that had been paid, heckling and booing Ichungwa. Ladies and gentlemen, please watch this. Before we do that, kindly like and share our videos. If you have not yet subscribed, the best way to support our channel is to subscribe and click the notification bell. This is Ichungwa facing the wrath of paid crowd.
Wale na wabisi tere ya Kindiki ya nayo na nilea wabisi kako ya haile pesa kako ya haile leo pesa ya kwa mwehe hiyo pesa ni ya mabada moja hiyo pesa ni ya mamamba pesa simesikia mambo ya soko nokoishi wana sikukatwela ilakwa kahua ikakwa kiamba ikakwa goko kengero nokoishi itikagire wado na yogineguo andũ arĩa mekũiga matuka thoko-inĩ icio nĩ andũ akagete nĩ mũndũ wa kĩrero nĩ mũndũ wa ngigĩ nĩ mũndũ wa marago nĩ mũndũ wa gũkũ gwitũ nĩ mwĩraitũ na mwĩci hawa wanamuziki ni watoto wetu, kweli si kweli? DJ Pato ni mtoto wetu, Waja Afari kwanza ni mtoto wetu wa hapa Nderi, hapa Kikuyu. Garuya na Aleake, wote hawa wanamuziki, tafadhali usiwache kuwasaidia. Tunajua hawa wanamuziki wameumia miaka mingi, na vile ulikutana na wao juzi, wakakuja wakakuongelesha, uwasaidie, sababu tulikuja kwao wakati wa siasa, tukatumia wanamuziki, wakatuimbia, wakaentertain sisi na tukapata kura. Sisi hadi pia tuwasaidie, Kindiki awasaidie, atuwasaidie.
I have played the whole of that clip. Why? Because I wanted you to juxtapose. When Ichungwa started, he started well, and they were listening. But at some point, he realized he slipped, and they really booed him. Then he changed the topic, and I think he was now saying, these are our musicians, and we must support them. And at least the crowd calmed. You know, the rule of the game is very simple, ladies and gentlemen. In communication, there is the person who delivers the message. But the recipient of the message is also very important, just as the message is important. If you're delivering a message to someone and they don't want it, then you look like an imbecile before them. A politician, one who wants to show people that he is brave, he is tough, he's a man who is loved in his constituency, being booed and heckled when he's delivering a message to a people or to the people that they have given money of bribe, it's really ridiculous. And this is not the first time. Ichungwa is not a man who is new to controversy. He's been heckled many times. I remember at some point Ichungwa was telling us that he's only afraid of hot porridge, lightning, and God himself. He said he cannot fear anyone. This kind of pride make people really vexed whenever they see Ichungwa. But when you see a paid crowd heckling you, number one, something must reign in your mind. One, they don't care. They have taken the money, whether you have paid them half and you feel that you'll give them the other half once they are done, they don't care. Unaguza Murima ama unaguza jina la Gachagua, they don't care. They tell you off. You know your limit. Can you imagine that you have given money to some crowd, but then you must tread very carefully how you talk to them, that there is a limit. Usituambie Ruto ni mzuri, usituambie Rigathi ni mbaya. Yani, they are there for the sake of the money, and you know that very well. Ichungwa is one person whom I believe is praying day and night that Ruto defends his seat, because I don't think Ichungwa will defend his seat in Kikuyu constituency. He has signed his political obituary together with, you remember the Madeira member, the Madeira constituency member of parliament, Eric Wamumbi, who is trying to wrestle, power from Rigathi Gachagua, was trying to weigh his muscles, political muscles. People like Sabina Chege, something tells me that they have signed their political obituary. They are no more. So they can only pray that Ruto wins. In the event that they don't win and Ruto doesn't win, they are gone forever. Remember, just today, Rigathi Gachagua actually gave an instruction, an ultimatum, to the musicians they are talking about, that they must apologize to the community. Rigathi said they have betrayed the community by dining with the oppressor, one who Rigathi describes as full of Gen Z blood in his hands. And so even the musicians that they want to start walking around with, some of them will not be with them, because Samido already had been heckled and chased away. Rigathi has also given a second ultimatum that the members of parliament who work with Kithure Kindiki must be avoided. So all the members of parliament, those who want to contest for any seat in Mount Kenya, must rethink twice. So you have to weigh, do you want Ruto's money as a member of parliament to go around with, or do you want to defend your seat? You're not even sure whether Ruto is going to win, because the wave in Kenya today is really sweeping very fast, and William Ruto seems to me like a one-term president. So you have to weigh. Gachagua has said it, that it is either you are with us or not, and he has somehow politically cast the members of parliament who are walking around Gachagua. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot lead a country where a day does not pass without some anti-Ruto songs. Ruto must go, Mwizi, whether it's in a club, whether it is in some sports event, whether people just meet, it's Ruto must go. The people who help, William Ruto carry the message of bottom-up economy are finding it difficult, but they can't say it because they've been ordered by William Ruto to do so. The other day we were told that there was a meeting, some secret meeting in State House. Oscar Sudi was there. We were told that Ruto's aide Farouk Kibet was there, and head of public service Felix Husgei, a very tough man, was there. Basically, the Kalenjin kitchen cabinet, and they read a riot act to Kithure Kindiki. They were asking Kindiki, we've given you a lot of money, but you're not delivering. It is reported, if what was reported is anything to go by, that they were telling Kithure that you're supposed to go and organize for rallies in Mount Kenya, yet you keep on holding meetings in Karen. It is like, just like I told you, a coach being summoned by the directors, and you're told, we gave you money to buy every player that you mentioned. But here we are at the end of the season, you don't have even a single silverware. We don't have even a single cup. So what is the explanation? When Kimani Ichungwa is heckled, Kithure Kindiki finds it very difficult himself, because these are the soldiers that are supposed to push him, to help him. These are the roots that support the main tree. But now the roots are being cut into pieces. It's very sad for him, because when you see people heckle Kimani Ichungwa in front of Kithure Kindiki, it only means that they don't have respect for Kithure Kindiki. Where I come from, we are told when there is a visitor or someone who is being held in high esteem, when such a person is around and you've been vexed by someone, or there is some little controversy, you will contain yourself until he leaves. That is when you will sort out each other. When you see people heckle like that, they treat Kimani Ichungwa and Kithure Kindiki on the same plate. So ladies and gentlemen, the heckling is a message. Let me just tell you. When you are talking to people and they are quiet, it means that they're either listening or they are gone. Psychologically, they're not with you. When you are talking to people and they are heckling, it only means one thing. They don't want you to speak. Whatever you are trying to deliver to them is kind of nonsensical to them. The pride that Kimani Ichungwa has must be tamed, and they are taming it the right way. People like Kimani Ichungwa believe that democracy simply means that William Ruto, the executive, must have his way all the times. He never believes or understands that democracy is a government of the people, by the people, for the people. That is why even in 2024, they forced down our throat the Finance Bill 2024. that led Gen Zs to the streets. Even with that, Kimani did not read the writings on the wall that were very bold. He was still saying that Gen Zs go to protest or demonstration with iPhones and just taking selfies until youth stormed parliament. That is when his eyes opened and it dawned on him that they had made a terrible mistake. So Kimani being heckled shows anger, and this anger is also directed to William Samoei Ruto because it is this association with William Ruto that makes people heckle him. That is why people today call Raila a traitor, a conman, some names that Raila has never earned before. But because he joined William Ruto at the height of Gen Z's protest, when they were being maimed, kidnapped, and killed, people have nicknamed him very many unpalatable names. So it is because of William Ruto. Whenever you try to sell William Ruto in Mount Kenya, whenever you carry the government's burden, you want to sanitize a Adani deal when we all know it is wrong. You want to justify why people are being kidnapped when you know that it is illegal. When BBC comes out and opens up our eyes, then you know you are in trouble. For Kimani Ichungwa, this is just the beginning. I can assure you, a time is coming when some of these leaders will not step foot into some regions. Not because they will be violent, no. They will be there, but a lot of heckling and doing so much that they will not even have time to greet their people. It is that bad. Kastongo must go.